Nintendo 64, is it a good or bad console? Well, we're going to find out today here on Majora. The button mappers pose the community question, Nintendo 64, good or bad?
This month our community response video is the N64 good or bad?
Well, boy, do I have the answer for you. Now, some of you may be new to this channel, so I wanted to let you know a little did you know? Well, did you know that the Nintendo 64 is actually my favorite console? Because if you didn't, now you do. And I happen to love this thing, and so I don't want you to confuse that with the question of if it's good or bad, because it might be easy to conflate those two things. Just because you love something doesn't make it great. People like Donald Trump, people like the Virtual Boy, and that doesn't make either of those things good, does it? Prove me wrong. But the Nintendo 64, I do want to break down by criteria. So on the one hand, we have controllers. People love the modern controllers. They love the Xbox controllers, the PS4. They love the Switch controller compatibility. Well, a lot of people don't love the N64 controller. Personally, I've never had many issues with it, but there are amazing alternatives, even in one that I used recently, the Tribute 64 controller by Retrobit. I used this thing to clear Ocarina of Time recently, like this year, and I mean, it really got the job done, and it was comfortable on the hands. A little weird with the Z and R buttons, but not bad at all. Now, you may be wondering, well, great, yeah, you have controllers, but what about the games? Well, I happen to love the games. A lot of these have been ported, and I'm not blind to that fact. But that doesn't stop the fact that there are great games on the 64. I love playing Pokemon Stadium. I love the mini games. I love in general the party games. I love playing the Mario Party games. I love the Banjo games. I love a lot of games that are on the N64. And did you know that the N64 may potentially be one of the easiest consoles to do a hard mod to play import games on? Now, some of you may be wondering, why would you want to play import games? I'm American, I don't speak other languages. Well, you know what, then you're missing out, because you got good games like Sin and Punishment. You have cheaper alternatives to some of the overpriced games, as they are currently listed on eBay. A lot of the Japanese listings are more affordable. And I mean, why limit yourself? Learn some Japanese, learn a new language while you're at it. And I also want to mention longevity. You know, I've had a GameCube die on me. I know people who've had their Xboxes die. The Nintendo 64 is the gift that keeps on giving. It's got eternal life. I've had this thing for 20 years, 20 plus actually. And, you know, I had a scare. I thought it was going to die. In fact, when I was in college, my roommate swore to me this thing was dead. It didn't work. It wouldn't play the copy of Mario Kart that I had, and he was about to chuck out my N64. Boy, could you imagine the rage on my face when he tried to do that. And I took my cartridge, I held it in, and I made it work. But recently I also discovered 1UP Cards N64 console cleaner. It's a little cartridge that you insert in and out of the console, and also there's like a nice little scrubby thing that you can get from them too, with I believe is hydrogen peroxide solution. And oh, is that what it is? I'm not remembering it right. But it works perfectly. All of my cartridges have worked on this console. This has stood the test of time in more ways than one. So is it good? Yeah, it's damn good, and I love it. You know, it may be my favorite, but it's also worth it. Is it worth it? Yes, it's worth it. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed my response, and check out the community response as well as the playlist over on The Button Mappers. Thanks for watching, and you can catch me later here on Majora with more Nintendo 64 content.